Hello, everybody, and welcome to another video done in the old creation corner because the move is basically done. We're in the new house. The problem is internet's not ready yet. We actually found some problems with setting up. It's going to be possibly a couple weeks until the internet's done. So I got permission, which is nice, is to leave the computer stuff here to do reactions. As you can see, other than Mr. Goku sleeping and Miss Miku chilling, there's basically nothing in this room and some diet pills and stuff and shadow. But other than that, pretty much everything's out of here. And it feels very naked in here and it feels kind of funny. But yeah, so we're in the new wolf den. Once things are done, we'll have videos coming there. I might be able to do videos there anyway. I have janky ways of doing things. But personal announcement, I picked up a new instrument. For those who care, for those like me from my personal life, I got something new. I went to the Charles Dickens Christmas thingy up in San Francisco last week, and I picked up something there I've been wanting to play my entire life. I finally got myself a violin. Other than being able to do a couple... Yeah, I'm not going to hurt your guys' ears. I'm learning. I just now started learning. For any guitarists who are learning to play violin, I'm telling you right now, shaking off guitarist tendencies is the hardest part. I'll have a video going this more later, but you guys don't care about that right now. For today, we are brought here to celebrate the life of one Damien Haas. Tied for my favorite Smosh member. Him and Shane are my two favorites. And going by the thumbnail, the curator is going to love this episode by who Mr. Shane Top is portraying. It is I, Fenrirock, here to do this reaction. Like for all the funerals, I will be doing a try not to laugh at this as well. And I'm definitely connected to loving Damien Haas, so this one's going to be hard for me because I will get these jokes. I will get these jokes. So I'm not going to delay too much longer. Let's have some fun watching Damien Haas is Dead, the funeral roast. If you guys have, it's on number 8 on trending. They're on trending again. That's good. I'm glad to see Smosh on trending again. Smosh and Smosh Pit. It makes me happy to see. So guys, play along with me. Let me know in the comments down below, were you broke? And if you haven't done so, please consider subscribing. This month has been extremely slow. My fault, because I've been focusing on other things, obviously. And just slow goes. I only had like 17 subscribers this month, after the biggest year of the channel's growth by far. So if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Dropping me a like, hitting the bell, joining me on Patreon. I'm going to have memberships on here eventually as well, but that stuff's in development. Like I said, it's all on the back burner. Life takes prejudice. Not prejudice, but it's also late, so I'm a little tired. Okay? Okay. Let's have some fun. All right, let's go. And it starts immediately, so from here on out, I cannot laugh, so... Scene. Oh, they have Sloshy. I'm excited for that. Nice shirt, Damien. Nice shirt, Olivia. That's a crab leg.
Rachel, if it's any consolation, you're doing way better than I thought you would.
I'm gonna go ahead and go home. Well, that was a good omen. Okay. I, for one, am happy Damien is dead. I'm sorry if that came off abrupt. I'm autistic and also a bitch.
This is gonna be good.
But honestly, I am happy. Did I love him? Yes. But that's because I love myself. Every part of Damien's personality is just a ripoff of my shit. Damien is constantly in Rachel Evans cosplay. He's Rachel coded in full-blown Rachel face. Damien was like my shadow, but not in that cute Peter Pan way, more like the Babadook. He completely stole my brand. I get a tattoo right here, he gets a tattoo right there. Okay. I am
From his voice acting.
on a paranormal show on the Travel Channel, and he wears spooky little shirts. I'm autistic, and he's on autism TikTok. You may have heard Damien talk on his streams about exploring an autism diagnosis per the advice of his therapist, which I think is hilarious. Damien is autistic in the same way Taco Bell is Mexican food.
I say the same thing about Starbucks. Do I go to both still? Yes, I do.
autistic the same way you visit China at Epcot.
I love this.
Damien is autistic the same way Ian is a comedian. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. That's not fully fair. I do believe Damien shows traits because game recognizes game. For instance, we both consistently speak about things that nobody cares about.
I feel that pain.
But he certainly does have OCD. You can tell by the way he keeps repeating everything I say and do. You know how hard I've worked to cultivate an interesting persona? I was a competitive boxer. I play the accordion. I'm a literal Ghostbuster. You just painted your nails and now you're the king of edge? You want to put in the work? Try having sex with an old clown, you dumb bitch. Now that he's gone, I'm taking back my image, and I'm also taking his image. Now I'm gonna stream on Twitch. Now I'm gonna make my coworkers take several rounds of the same exact photo of me. Now I'm gonna fantasize about skinning Shane and wearing him like a suit.
Yes, queen.
That was a fantastic opening.
Yum. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, gonna take a sip of my morning cup of dough. Crab stack. Crabby. I'll hold it.
I want crab now. I love crab.
That's nice. I love the flavor of HP LaserJet. Hello, everyone. My name is Augustus. I am a 5-star Yelp reviewer, and I was told that this event was going to be catered by Auntie Anne's Pretzels.
That sounds good, too. Actually, I am
Let's just
Auntie Anne.
say Damien's death is the second biggest disappointment of the day. All right. I wouldn't say Damien was a close friend of mine. I would say our relationship was more of a restaurant patron and server who keeps checking on me and won't just let me eat. That being said,
That drives me
as
crazy.
a member of the
I know
Yelp
you're doing your job.
Elite Squad,
Believe me, I do. I
sorry
used to
for
do that
bragging,
job.
Not sorry.
But don't
I will now
over
be conducting a
check
review
in.
of Damien's
There's a
life.
balance. It's a delicate balance.
Atmosphere. 3 stars. Damien has a fun, approachable atmosphere with a Hollywood flair. He looked like a John Hamm if John Hamm only ate at Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel here. Makes me sad.
Marketing. 2 stars. Damien's Twitter featured amazing content like delaying his Twitch streams and the most mid-cat you have ever seen.
Aww.
I will hand it off to Damien for his influencer marketing strategy, which was that every time he posted something branded on Instagram, he would force all of his friends to like it and comment.
That felt real.
Decor. 0 stars. Damien's style was... I hated it. Do you ever just cringe at people? That's what I did for Damien. But Damien was more than just terrible clothing. He also
Hey,
had
that shadow
blue
shirt's
hair.
sick and I need it still.
He looked like an Aquafina water bottle cap, but inside he was more like Dasani.
Oh. Bam!
Health score, 2 stars. While I do miss Damien's Jack in the Box era, I sometimes worried for his health. He had the complexion of an antique Victorian doll and was fragile like one too. Opening hours, 1 star. Damien's hours were confusing. You're never quite sure when you'd see him. And when he was open, he was way too open. Okay, here are some recommendations based on popular items on Damien's menu. If you visit Damien, you have to try virtue signaling. But stay away from from his personal space or having any lights on in the room or making him think that you're mad at him or making him think you're mad at him for thinking that you're mad at him or telling him to stop apologizing or making any kind of loud noise or soft noise or any noise. Don't make noise. As a Yelp elite, no matter how negative my review is, I will always leave an establishment with a big tip. So, Damien, stick to the games channel.
Oh my God.
For those who don't know, Augustus is one of Damien's characters. For those who don't know.
Martin Luther King Jr. inspired us with his speeches. Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat. Marsha P. Johnson fought for queer liberation. And Damien reposted several infographics made by a 17-year-old in Canva. Some say Damien died trying to pronounce the X in folks. Others say he was killed by his fans after misgendering a video game NPC on stream. I guess, like his true sexuality, we'll never know. Damien was a man of many talents. When he wasn't working at the Smosh office for 3 hours a week, he was also a PC gamer, meaning he played games while being afraid of pissing off the LGBTQ community. Also, this one isn't a joke, but Damien legitimately uploaded his own Twitch emotes onto Slack and uses them regularly.
They're cool.
The innocence.
Now, I don't know if any of you guys knew this, but Damien was also a voice actor.
A damn good one.
He acted for people without a voice.
Oh my God.
He was a hero for speaking up for people he had never spoken to. Damien wasn't the only neurodivergent person here at Smosh, but he sure was the loudest about it. Damien, as we know, had OCD, also known as obnoxious complaining disorder. Damien's life forever changed after discovering Halloween at age 31, which gave birth to the flattering fashion renaissance we see before us. Some say he dressed like a cyberpunk character that gets shot trying to suck his own dick in VR. I think his fashion sense could better be described as Water Gun Kelly. But don't worry, Damien was very responsible about his fashion. He offset his Shein emissions by shaming other people who shopped at Shein. Now we need to eulogize him in a way he might have understood. Hims was such a heckin' good boy. Now Hims is doing a big dead. Now let's pour one out for our dear friend Damien, he, him. Don't worry, in honor of Damien, there's no alcohol. There's no caffeine. And there's no bitches.
God damn, Spencer. What is she playing today?
You guys got a trash in here? I haven't cleaned out my car in weeks.
Oh.
Okay. Hello. I am Damien's voiceover agent. And I am exhausted. That man worked me so hard. I don't go by my real name anymore. You can just call me Damien's voiceover agent. It was truly an honor to serve you because I served a genius. And when you serve a genius, you don't question it. You just do. Before I start, did you guys get the zip
Why
file,
does
the
she look
long
like the
list
tall
that
one from
Damien
Dude
wrote out of all the
Perfect?
things we're not allowed to talk about at the funeral? Did you guys get it?
Mr. Jones.
Basically, you can't touch on his private life, his personal life, or his professional life. Did you get it? When Damien books a voiceover job, which he always does because this man was a genius. As his agent, here was the protocol. Sorry, I haven't breathed in a very long time. Number 1, meet with the director. It's got to be on one-on-one to discuss everything in a script that might be offensive to a culture other than Damien's own. Number 2, he must receive a steroid shot because the fact that he got good news will immediately make him sick.
Follow him on Twitter.
Number 3, outfit. You know how hard it was to get pants to make him look like he was in Assassin's Creed? The only tailor that does it lives in the Siberian desert. And let me tell you, I don't do well on camels.
For the brotherhood, Damien. For the brotherhood.
Number 4,
I usually have more, but
dye job time. His hair must match his mood, and I don't know which mood I'm gonna get. So sometimes I'm talking blue, I'm talking purple, I'm talking blue, I'm talking blurple.
Blurple's the best.
It's blue or purple, or it could be both. He's gotta look his best at a job that only features his voice.
Hey, you look good, you feel good, you perform good.
I wanna go to Hawaii, okay? Wasn't in my contract, no vacation days. Number 5, late night calls. I get a ring at 3 a.m. with Damien. After he apologizes for waking me up for 25 minutes, he runs all of his accents for 45. I give him input. He thanks me and then goes with the idea he had in the first place.
Used to think of the call chamber Batman voice video.
After that. Number 6, the day of the job. We made it. Recording time! Yay! The whole street needs to be silent so he doesn't get distracted. So I call in a bomb threat to every building in a 2-mile radius. You shouldn't be able to hear a pin drop. Which, by the way, Damien told me is an offensive phrase because it's disparaging to people who are clumsy and drop pins. I had no idea. I've been saying that since I was a kid. Number 7, the job is done. Finito. Champagne. Cheers. And the late night calls resume. I repeatedly say, Damien, you did a great job. I'm so proud of you. And he never believes me. But I'm grateful because if he did, I wouldn't have a job. This man got me my first house. I don't have my wife anymore, but that's fine.
Aww.
But you know what? All this work I put in just for him to be dead here. Well, actually, he's not going to be resting here. Per Damien's wishes, I worked my ass off to get him buried as the only white person in a Japanese cemetery.
Oh my God.
Japan is not easy. I don't know who I am unless I'm Damien's agent. I guess I'll focus on my less demanding client, James Corden. Scene 3 is gonna be a hit. I booked him this job of the Fire Emblem guy. I got him that job. Miss you, buddy. Yep, that's Japanese.
Kanji for the win. Oh man.
Poor Damien Haas. My best friend, my anime brother, is dead.
Oh my God.
Finally, my coattails can fly free.
This is gonna be hard.
Do you understand? I see they dumped his body here. The same place he dumped all his trauma! I have to be honest. I'm surprised you made it this far. Damien was always very weak. Probably because he fired all his white blood cells for not being diverse enough.
That's incredible.
However, Damien must have had a very powerful stand. His posturing's insane! But I'm sorry, Damien. Being in half as many videos as me does not make you a minority! I see Spencer and Tommy are here. How pathetic. You spent your whole life trying to be politically correct, and the only people to show up to your funeral were the incels! Admit it, Damien. You gave it a valiant effort, but in the end, you're just like me. A privileged Disney-ass white boy!
Shut up.
Stop!
And just look at that purple hair. You know, Damien models his image after characters he's voiced over. Strange. I don't recall him voicing over an annoying piece of shit. Damien calls his fan base the clever core. Funny, you didn't seem to be working out your core at all! Squishy, 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 squishy! And of course, how could we forget? Damien loved anime. And in many ways, Damien was like anime. Just kidding! Anime's awesome! And Damien f***ing sucks! Fret not. I'm sure if Damien were here, he would be laughing at all of this.
Oh, God.
After all, he often said our jokes were very similar. They just made merch about mine. And with that, there's only one thing left to say. Goodbye, Damien!
Oh, man.
About an eighth of our audience is gonna love that.
Damien died so suddenly. It really was in the blink of both eyes really hard.
Hold on. I gotta go back. I didn't catch that. Hold on.
So
Hold-
suddenly. It really was in the blink of both eyes really hard.
Oh, baby. Oh, yeah.
Damien was known for a lot of things. He was a supporter of women. It's too bad Damien was a guy, because we need more women in STEM. He cared so much about everyone and everything, and if the lights were too bright and if we were all too loud. Damien was so focused on justice. He was basically Batman. He would jump to action as soon as he saw the virtue signal. Damien had many prized possessions he was unwilling to part with, but there was something Damien was willing to give, like unsolicited advice. And of course, some other things. Amanda will receive Damien's voice acting talents so she can use a voice other than this one. Spencer will receive Damien's courage since Spencer doesn't have the balls.
I don't know. He went pretty far in his start.
Olivia will receive Damien's twitch, but don't worry, there's meds for that.
Almost got the hard sound for that.
Rachel will receive a book of shapes since she was on the circle and Damien's a square. And Shane will receive Damien's untransformed body so Shane can have his rib back.
Dio God physical.
Unfortunately, Damien is now dead. No longer will he be a shining example for people of colored hair.
I don't have hair. I can't do it.
In his memory, let's all call out of work tomorrow and take our cat to the vet.
Oh. I
Amen.
won't take my kitty to the vet.
A woman, a non-binary friends.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh God.
Hi, everyone. My name is Matthew Scott Montgomery, and I was a friend of Damien Haas's. Thank you so much for letting me be here today. Ever since Damien died in the fire, we've had a lot of feelings. We've been sad, we've been confused, we've had a lot of questions, and I feel like perhaps maybe more so me than anyone. Damien had a secret, a terrible, dark, nasty secret. Damien was so many things to all of us. He was a best friend, a confidant, a cat dad, a squirrel eater. It all started one morning when we were at work and our dressing rooms were right next to each other. So I got to work and I started walking towards my dressing room and I see in the hall there's something so strange. There was a trail of walnut shells. And I was so confused, like, what is a trail of walnut shells doing here? And I was about to knock on Damien's door and see if he was there to ask what was going on. And the door was open a crack. And then I saw something. Something frightening. Something nasty. It was Damien with this wild, crazed look in his eye, eating a squirrel. And I was like, I can't be seeing this. This can't be right. But I had my phone with me, and I recorded this.
Delicious squirrels. I'm Damien.
Damien? A squirrel eater? Luring squirrels to his dressing room with walnuts? It didn't make any sense. I figured it was just him rehearsing a sketch that maybe I didn't know about, so I just tried to forget it, but curiosity got the best of me, and the next morning, I did something I probably shouldn't have done. I got to work even earlier than the day before, and I hid in Damien's dressing room closet, and I waited. And right as the sun came up, sure enough, in comes Damien with a big old basket of walnuts. And he started laying them out in a trail throughout the hall, and then comes along a sweet, innocent squirrel, just nibbling on those nuts. And then Damien gets that wild, deranged look in his eyes, and he picks up that squirrel and he bites its head off and proceeds to drink the blood of the squirrel.
He went Ozzy Osbourne
and I
on that
recorded
shit.
this from the closet.
I'm gonna eat them squirrels. I'm gonna eat all them squirrels. I'm gonna keep their bones clean.
Made me feel sick. So after work that night, I had to go to Damien's place and hold an inner friendship of sorts. But when I got to his place, things were even worse than what I could have possibly imagined. There were squirrel traps everywhere. In the corner of the kitchen, there was a mountain of squirrel tails, like trophies from all the squirrels he'd eaten. And Damien comes out, and I said, Damien, are you eating squirrels? And this is what he says to me. It's a direct quote. I can't help it, Matthew Scott. I've just gots to have my sweet squirrel meats. And I said, Damien, this is so wrong. Like, you can't eat squirrels. And he throws me out of his house, and I recorded him saying this.
You can't make me stop. I'm gonna eat every squirrel in the universe. The only way you can stop stop me is if I die in a terrible boat fire. I'm Damien Haas.
And that's the last thing that he ever said to me. I know we've all been devastated since Damien froze to death in that boat fire. But with Damien gone, at least we can rest knowing that he will never eat another innocent squirrel. And Damien, I have one final thing I want to say to you. I know what you did. I know what you did. It makes me sick. Makes me feel sick. I'll see you in hell, Damien Haas. I'll see you in hell.
No! Oh, shit. I was so close. God damn it. All right. Wow. It's amazing that you all showed up to my funeral. All my favorite people here. It's just like my birthday, except you guys remembered. This is awesome. I was a little bit prepared for this in case this ever happened. I wanted to be buried. Also, I specifically asked to be buried with my keyblades, but that's okay. That's fine.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's whatever. You've been working very hard.
Sorry.
Thank you. Now let's get this out of the way right off the bat. You know, Rachel talked about the high probability of me being on the spectrum. I want to be very clear. Rachel cleared that with me beforehand. Don't come for her in the comments. Rachel, I also want to apologize to you for stealing your style and vibe. I'm not one of your 36 followers, so I had no idea. I had no idea that that's what I was doing. I'm so sorry. Oh, you were in the circle. Sorry, you're probably up to 40. Now, Rachel is right. I talk a lot about mental health. You could say I'm a little bit special. And I'm not talking about being on the spectrum. I mean, I'm better than you guys. No, I'm kidding. No, so my therapist isn't at a level to officially diagnose me with ASD, but she does very strongly hint. She's like, you know, you do show a lot of the signs and the symptoms that would align with someone who would be on the spectrum. And while she's doing that, she winks so much, I finally get what it's like for y'all to be in a scene with me. Matthew Scott, I had a feeling that you'd be here, because I always knew you'd show up for me, you know, when it really counted. And I'm sure you get this all the time, but what? Listen, I don't know if you follow Matthew Scott Montgomery, and if you're not, that's a mistake. You should be following Matthew Scott, but it's very noticeable lately how much you've been working out and just really getting swole. And I'm like, you gotta slow it down a little bit, buddy, because there's only room for 2 So Random alumni that got absolutely shredded, and Doug Brochu could not be here tonight. So, Shane, it's you and Doug. I know you didn't get it. It's fine. It's fine. I think I brought something back with me from the spirit realm. I think I'm getting a message. Let me try to communicate it. Little lamb. Yes, I'm hearing a ghost. Little lamb. What's that? It's our Disney careers. Hold on, it has a message for us. Marietta, little lamb. We all peaked in our early 20s. Oh no, that was its message. Oh man, Amanda, or as I like to call her, Olivia with all the sliders turned to maximum. Oh. You know, it's funny that you chose this route because Amanda actually has helped me with my voiceover career. And I don't know if you know this. Amanda actually is also a voice actor. Every once in a while, when I look at a call sheet, I end up inventing a new noise when I learn that I have to explain a board game to you. Some of my new favorites are, and so that really helps me get out of my range. Just before tomorrow, the reason they're moving 2 purple squares is because they drew the card with 2 purple squares. Don't get caught with licorice in those licorice fields. It's okay, I'll remind you tomorrow.
Oh, so hard.
Oh, goodness. Olivia. Say what you want about Olivia. Olivia, if I had to sort of sum you up as a person, It would be like if you were binging a season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and then it ends while you're kind of dozing off, and then Netflix just auto-plays Cocomelon. That's about right. Oh, it's you would love it. You should check it out. Spencer, your growth on this channel has been incredible to witness. Watching you go from making inappropriate jokes almost inaudibly once per video to making inappropriate jokes loudly and almost constantly over everybody else has been a delight.
It has.
It's just a shame that it's all been so gradual. Like, I wish we had a proper announcement, like, Spencer's on the channel, like, video, you know? I had so many titles ready. We made a Hobbit watch 10,000 hours of 4chan. Would have gotten the clicks. Guy says pussy 12 times in a video and then has to edit it out himself. I kid. Spencer, all joking aside, shut up. You know, I will say about the virtue signaling thing, you know, I do try to use my platform for good as much as possible. I don't expect that from any of the rest of you. I don't know if 400 people liking it are going to make that much of a difference. Shane, you could do better. But we do all care for each other, and I know I can count on you in very specific ways. I know that if there is a world event that's happening or some shit is going down in these crazy times we live with, you will use your influence, you will take to social media, and you will post pictures of y'all hanging out without me. So I think that's something you can absolutely be proud of. God, Kimmy has a lot of pool parties.
She does. I follow her on Instagram too. Probably promotes all of them on Instagram.
Tommy, you know what's wild? I was realizing the other day, I think amongst most of the cast and probably a huge chunk of the audience, you would probably be considered the funniest member of Smosh. It's just a shame that to the management here today, they're shocked to hear me call you a member of Smosh. I actually have a written statement here from them because I've been talking to them about that. Sup, Queen, slay. I know you've been trying so hard to get into main channel content, and frankly, with how funny you are, you definitely deserve it. It's just kind of hard right now because that light right there is kind of off. So until we figure out that light situation, no can do. By the way, can you write 5 chart-topping songs from scratch by tomorrow? Thanks, Lilas. All right. Oh, you know what? Saxman's funny. Saxman, you always kind of remind me of Patrick. Patrick is like if Matthew McConaughey hatched 10 months too late. You know what I mean by that? But I would say if Patrick were here, I would want to congratulate. That would hit for you, Rachel?
It's so fucking
Thank
funny.
you. Wait. Oh, I didn't do Shane. Oh, that's the.
Oh, we have
I'm
to do
sorry.
Shane.
Best material.
I had already been roasted so much I thought it had already happened. There's so much similarity when I say something quiet and then you say it louder and everybody laughs. So good at that. Shane, you were born white and wealthy in Florida and then immediately died white and wealthy in Florida. Or as I like to call it, the conservative speed run, any percent.
Boy.
You were then raised white and wealthy in Arizona, and you've had steady acting work since the age of 20. What the f*** are the muscles for, soft hands? You've never had to fight for anything a day in your life. I will say, Shane does have some achievements. It took you about 8 years to get your psychology degree online. I've got about 1,000 hours in Dark Souls. One of those things is useful at our job.
I worked at the same time in Dark Souls, actually.
Yep.
I need to finish ordering.
Who's that guy? I like his hair.
Oh.
Like his, I blinked too hard. I got Lyme disease from all my ticks. Yeah, y'all missed that one.
Okay. If I'm missing something, because this is the second video I've watched today where they've addressed Lyme disease with ticks. Is there a big thing I'm missing?
I feel good. Are you all good?
Yeah, that may have been my favorite one. That may have been my favorite one so far. Also, Damien. Oh, so Damien's on the podcast with Trevor this week. Okay, haven't listened to that yet. Yeah, that may have been my favorite one. That was so good. Up there with Rhett and Lynx. That was fun. That was just great. And like I said, I got the jokes this time. Yay! Oh man. Well, guys, if you liked it, let me know you broke. I actually made it through the whole thing. I'm surprised. I got close many times. But hey, we persevered. We triumphed. We're happy. And like always, name's David. You call me Fenrirock. Take care.